Pride is a prevalent theme throughout the Bible, serving as a warning to be vigilant about maintaining humility. The following verses from the King James Version of the Bible illustrate the various dimensions of pride and its consequences, offering wisdom and guidance on maintaining a humble spirit. Proverbs 16 verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. This proverb is a stark reminder of the inevitable consequences of pride. It illustrates the destructive nature of pride, emphasizing that a haughty spirit can lead to one's downfall. It encourages believers to cultivate humility and avoid the arrogance that precedes destruction, fostering a spirit of modesty and reverence for God's wisdom. Proverbs 29 verse 23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. This verse underscores the contrast between the outcomes of pride and humility. It teaches that pride leads to disgrace, while humility brings honor. It serves as a reminder to uphold the values of modesty and humility, seeking honor through a humble spirit rather than through self-exaltation. James 4 verse 6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. James emphasizes God's favor towards the humble and his opposition to the proud. This verse encourages believers to live in humility, acknowledging their dependence on God's grace. It serves as a reminder that pride separates individuals from God, while humility draws them closer to Him, allowing them to receive His abundant grace. Proverbs 8 verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. This verse highlights the importance of fearing the Lord and shunning evil, including pride and arrogance. It teaches that pride is an abomination to the Lord and encourages believers to cultivate a heart that fears God and hates evil, aligning their values and actions with His righteous standards. 1 Peter 5 verse 5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility, for God resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. Peter instructs believers to live in mutual submission and humility, emphasizing God's favor towards the humble. This verse serves as a reminder to embrace a spirit of humility and mutual respect, acknowledging the value of each member within the community of believers and avoiding the pitfalls of pride. Proverbs 11 verse 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. This verse contrasts the outcomes of pride and humility, associating pride with shame and humility with wisdom. It encourages believers to seek wisdom through a humble and lowly spirit, avoiding the shame that accompanies pride. It serves as a reminder that true wisdom is found in humility and reverence for God. Proverbs 13 verse 10. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. This proverb teaches that pride is the root of contention and strife, while wisdom accompanies those who seek counsel. It encourages believers to avoid prideful attitudes that lead to conflict and to seek wisdom through counsel and humility, fostering peace and understanding within their relationships. Romans 12 verse 16. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Paul encourages believers to live in harmony and humility, avoiding conceit and arrogance. This verse serves as a reminder to value every individual, regardless of their status, and to avoid self-exaltation. It teaches the importance of mutual respect and humility in maintaining unity within the body of believers. Obadiah 1 verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This verse illustrates the deceptive nature of pride, emphasizing its ability to lead individuals into a false sense of security and superiority. It serves as a warning to avoid the self-deception that accompanies pride, reminding believers to remain vigilant and humble, acknowledging their vulnerability and dependence on God. Galatians 6 verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Paul warns against self-deception and arrogance, emphasizing the importance of self-awareness and humility. This verse encourages believers to have an accurate view of themselves, avoiding the pitfalls of pride and arrogance. It serves as a reminder to live in humility, acknowledging one's limitations and dependence on God's grace. Proverbs 18 verse 12. Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. This proverb contrasts the outcomes of pride and humility, associating a haughty heart with destruction and humility with honor. It serves as a reminder to cultivate a humble heart, seeking honor through humility rather than through self-exaltation. It encourages believers to avoid the arrogance that precedes destruction, fostering a spirit of modesty and reverence for God's wisdom. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 12. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Paul warns believers to be cautious and humble, avoiding overconfidence and pride. This verse serves as a reminder that overconfidence can lead to downfall, and it encourages believers to remain vigilant and humble, acknowledging their dependence on God's grace and guidance. Proverbs 26 verse 12. Sayest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. This verse warns against the folly of self-conceit and emphasizes the hopelessness of those who are wise in their own eyes. It serves as a reminder to avoid self-deception and arrogance, seeking wisdom through humility and reverence for God. It encourages believers to have a teachable spirit, acknowledging their limitations and dependence on God's wisdom. Isaiah 2 verse 11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. Isaiah prophesies the humbling of the proud and the exaltation of the Lord. This verse serves as a reminder that all human pride will ultimately be humbled before the Lord. It encourages believers to live in humility and reverence for God, acknowledging His sovereignty and majesty. Philippians 2 verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Paul instructs believers to act in humility and to esteem others above themselves, avoiding strife and vainglory. This verse serves as a guideline for maintaining unity and mutual respect within the community of believers, fostering a spirit of humility and selflessness. Proverbs 15 verse 33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. This proverb teaches that the fear of the Lord is the foundation of wisdom, and that humility precedes honor. It serves as a reminder to cultivate a reverent fear of the Lord and to seek wisdom through humility, acknowledging the value of God's instruction and guidance. Jeremiah 9 verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, either let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches. Jeremiah relays God's message, warning against boasting in wisdom, might, or riches. This verse serves as a reminder to avoid pride and self-glory, acknowledging that all wisdom, strength, and wealth come from the Lord. It encourages believers to glory in the Lord alone, recognizing their dependence on His provision and grace. Proverbs 27 verse 2. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. This proverb advises against self-praise and encourages allowing others to acknowledge one's achievements. It serves as a reminder to maintain humility and avoid self-exaltation, allowing the acknowledgement of one's worth to come from others rather than from oneself. Micah 6 verse 8. He hath shewed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Micah outlines God's requirements for humanity, to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. This verse serves as a foundational guideline for living a life pleasing to the Lord, emphasizing the importance of humility, justice, and mercy in one's walk with God. Luke 14 verse 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Jesus teaches that those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. This verse underscores the paradoxical nature of God's kingdom, where humility leads to exaltation and self-exaltation leads to humiliation. It serves as a reminder to live in humility, allowing God to lift one up in His time and way. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment to support the channel and stay updated on the latest videos. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn His face toward you and give you peace.